Hello folks, welcome to a filler episode. Right now we're playing the Mega Drive Classics thingy that I got on Steam. It's a collection of old Sega Master Drive, Mega Drive, whatever games. The one in question, if you couldn't tell, is Golden Axe 3. This looks like it might actually be the fairest of the series, because 1 is pretty bonkers. I'm not thrilled with how they do the magic. You can't really see how much you're charging up. It seems to be basically all or nothing. Can I get off this thing? Looks like I'm stuck. Almost full up. Anyway, we're doing this just to kill time before I start a game for real. There's one. Wow, you got a bit of a range on that mace. Haha. So we're just kind of fiddle-farting around, killing time. Not really in the mood to start up a whole new game for reals. So we're just doing this just so we've got a video. Whoops. That blocking is nice, but you can get locked into it, and it's kind of annoying. More of these guys. I have killed so many of these guys. Oof. Got me. I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, because I'm not entirely in the mood to go on to Savage Frontier. I liked those games when I played them back in the day. I mean, I don't know if I'll still like them, but back when they were new and I played them for the first time, I sure enjoyed them. I don't really want to get on that thing. But after the nightmare that was Pool of Darkness, I needed a break from Gold Box. Even though Savage Frontier is old school. I'm trying to remember when it came out. I think it was around the time of Silver Blades. Let's go up. I think it was around the time of Silver Blades, but I'm not sure. I don't really need any more magic, though. But I still need a break, so we're gonna do something else for our next game. I've got an idea of what I want to do. Hopefully it'll work out well and will be enjoyable. My other options are Bard's Tale Remaster, Wasteland Remaster. I'm always up to play that game. But I did stream it not that horribly long ago. Oof, ow, hey, stop that. So, I don't know if I want to dip back into that well immediately. So we may We may go a different direction. Oh, come on. Oh, finally. Let's see, what else could we do? I mean, I've got a couple... Whoa, hey. Yeah, big suckers. Stop that. Also, I was looking into the Buck Rogers games that they made around the same time. I like to call them Purple Box. Because they were not a gold box, they were purple. But if we can't do... but the problem with those is there is no real release of them. You can only find them on abandonware sites, and technically abandonware is not a thing that exists. There's no legal concept of abandonware. Something is either in copyright or out of copyright. There's no, well, you're not enforcing the copyright. Now, morally, I feel I can dodge that issue. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Because back in the day, I owned legit copies of both of the Buck Rogers games. So I personally would feel no moral compunction about getting an abandonware copy because I did pay for them back in the day, and there is no other way to acquire a copy. Granted, my copies were on the Commodore 64, not the DOS version, but my morals are flexible enough for that. Hey, jerk. I try not to grab pirated copies, but on the other hand, I have a handheld Atari 2600 thing with a... Oh, jeez. With a card that's got, 200 games on it. I never owned an Atari 2600, let alone all of those games. Likewise, I have a Commodore throwback guy, with a whole bunch of games on it that, again, I never legally owned. And, back when I was, 8? I, traded a whole bunch of pirated games. Or rather, I traded a piece of software for a whole bunch of pirated games. It was a greeting card making software, and the guy basically gave me his whole collection for it. And I've got a Raspberry Pi with a whole truckload of ROMs. From Nintendo to Sega to Super Nintendo to PC Engine for that, to scratch that TurboGrafx itch that I get every now and then. Because the one old school console that I did own back in the day was a frickin' TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, that's what I owned. I didn't own it. We never had a Nintendo. My dad did not believe in video game systems. We played tons of games on the Commodore, but it could be used for non-gaming, so that was acceptable. So we had no Nintendo. I borrowed one once, but no Nintendo, no Sega. All the Sega games that I played were at a friend's house. Well, likewise Nintendo. There was one kid that I would babysit specifically because they had a Nintendo. I didn't really care about the $10. You know, I wanted to play Nintendo. But no Nintendo. It's easy to breathe fire. No Sega. No nothing. But in high school, I bought a buddy's TurboGrafx 16, so that was my gaming system. So every now and then I play Keith Courage and Bonk. Yes, I was in high school. There was a video store that had a very small selection of TurboGrafx games that I would rent. And then after a little while, because I only had 2 or 3 games, I had Keith Courage, Parasol Sales. I think that was about it. I ended up selling it to another buddy of mine. You know, circle of life. And then I didn't have anything until I bought a PlayStation 2. And then I bought a Xbox 360. And that's it. However, I, at one point, did acquire an actual Atari 2600. Yes, it works. It's pretty cool. Biggest issue is connecting it to a TV. One of my monitors here might work, but the TV that we've got in the living room most definitely would not work without a daisy chain of adapters, because, well, I'm not even quite sure what the Atari 2600 had the little Y clips that you would screw in. That was how you connected. That was the native connection. There was an adapter that would let you plug into like a cable coax input. But, you know, there was no composite. So I'm not entirely sure how I would connect it to my current TV, which basically has composite and HDMI. Needless to say, I don't think it would work very well. Oh, wow. This may be an easy boss fight. I have never played this far into Golden Axe 3, by the way. This is all new to me. When I was at the buddy's house playing Sega, it was the original Golden Axe. And Golden Axe 2. Honestly, before I got this collection, I didn't even know there was a 3. So, make of that what you will. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. realize I'm not the greatest beat-em-up player. No, don't fall off. Ugh. Wow, this is just going pathetic. Oof. After I talk about getting further than I ever have before, I just start sucking. Oh, hey! Where'd you come from? Where? Frickin' finally. Don't knock me off the ledge, you jerk. So, again, not entirely sure. I've got ideas for the next game. It will. It's probably what it will be. What I've been thinking of. Sorry for being mysterious. There's no real reason for it except force of habit at this point. And then after that, we will indeed move on to the Savage Frontier games. Yeah, I didn't want to get on that. That one sucks. And then there's 2 Savage Frontier games, so we will play both of those. Probably not in a row. But I'm not entirely sure what I would do otherwise. Yeah, whatever. And then we might... I might look into Buck Rogers. Like I said, it's only on abandonware sites, but I might... see how good the copies are. I believe the Gold Box Companion is compatible with them, which will make things much easier, especially since I won't have a copy where I'll have... So I won't have... what I'm trying to say. I won't have a... whatever they're called. Paragraph book. Journal, I think is what SSI called them. I won't have that for longer journal entries. So we won't have any maps. We won't have a clue book. Probably. I mean, I probably could find a PDF, but, you know, I beat them back in the day without a clue book. So, having the Gold Box Companion would make life much easier. Hey! These 2 guys are just really... Oh, come on. Sword versus knee. There, I'll kick you. Well, looks like this playthrough's going to be over soon, no matter what I do. Knocking me right out of the air. Again. Wonder if this was a boss fight. Should I have been using my magic? Didn't feel like a boss fight. I mean, it's brutal, but I already fought 2 of these guys. But, just kicks me. Yeah, that was not a boss fight. no, 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 no! Ow! Oh, whew. I think in the first game that would kill you. Now it just destroys your health, and gets you a game over. Alright, well, that was fun. That was my route. Okay. I don't care. I don't know what this level stuff means. I don't know what any of this means. So, anyway, next week we'll have a real video. The start of our next game. Until next time, the Sega What's-It guy on Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics. That's what it is. It's not bad. It's very heavy on the DLC because you can see I have a pretty large game library here, but you don't start with this many games. You only start with a handful, and then you can buy packs where you get more games. But yeah, for the memories, it's kind of worth it, and it's a nice little, neat little interface here. You know, when you pick a game, it even does that. Aww. All right. Until next time, folks. Have a good one.